Today
We
are
going
to
talk
about
the
Seminole
wars. And no, we're not going to do that for the whole presentation.
Would help to forge a successful revolutionary movement led by that revolutionary force. I need to wrap up, so I'm just going to say there are many forms of resistance that happened throughout this period and any time under oppression and slavery. In this period specifically, there was withholding labor, breaking instruments, poisoning the master, and flight. Flight wasn't just above the Mason-Dixon line, as we learned, but to Florida, to the west, to Maroon communities. And we want to say that in this course, we're mainly looking at slavery and the resistance to slavery to Mexico. Thank you, John. In the US context, but we really do need to commit to further study to the hemisphere as a whole to learn the lessons across these different struggles. So we're about to pivot into the presentations that our co-constructors of this course have graciously volunteered to do with us tonight. And we're asking for everyone to give them a lot of grace as they present. I think we're in for a treat with these presentations. The presenters will do them in blocks of 2. So we're going to hear from Dee and then Mads, Dee on the Haitian Revolution, 1791 to 1804, and then Mads and Reverend Neil on the German coast, 1811 rebellion. We'll have some discussion. And then in a second block, we'll hear from Moses and Anu on the Seminole Wars, 1816 to 1858, and Oshara on Nat Turner's rebellion in 1831. And we'll have discussion. And Karen will close us out with the presentation, and we'll go to our discussion group. So that's a lot to pull off in the next chunk of time. And just a reminder, feel free to use the chat, but we want to try to figure out the balance to not distract from the presentation, but to support the presentation. So keep that in mind. I think without any further ado, Dee, we're going to turn it over to you, and John's going to pull up the PowerPoint.
Good evening. I don't know if I'm going to share my screen or not. Can you see me? Let me see. So while we're looking at the slideshow, we can't see me, right?
No, we can see you.
Oh, cool. I've got gloves. These are Haiti boxing gloves. On my newest website, Fight Hate with Gloves, I have little miniature boxing gloves from like every different country flag, every different nation. And if you look at this picture that says Haitian Revolution, you see the H is a cannon, which is on Haitian seal. That cannon on its wheel has mud and blood. This cross has blood dripping from it. In between the T and the H are an A and an I. The A is sugarcane. The A is the foundation. A is the alpha, it's the beginning. The sugarcane, it was bloody. It was a crop that cut people. It was a crop that was hard to harvest. People were injured in the heat. They were hurt by this crop that had these long stalks. If you look at the cannon looks like it could have been made out of sugarcane. Sugarcane's tall. There's machines that are used to harvest this crop now, but people were enslaved and forced to work and were even shot, killed if they weren't working fast enough or hard enough. The I in front of the cross, in front of the T, which represents truth. The I is individuals, people. There's women. This woman in the back is holding on to a Polish flag. Now, there were Polish people that came to fight alongside the French to stop this rebellion of these enslaved people and free Creole people, Black people, brown people, people that were mixed, people that were white and indentured. These folks that came together as individuals and groups were able to fight back. You know, they did their due diligence, they did their job. On the other side of the T, you see the leader, Haitian revolutionary, Toussaint Louverture. We're gonna switch to the next slide pretty soon, but Toussaint Louverture is holding on to the Eiffel Tower, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. But let's go to the next slide really quick while I've got time. Oh, and revolution, if you look at the roots there, the roots look kind of like books, right? So the roots, if you look close at them, they are the beginning of revolution. They're the beginning of something changing. Toussaint Louverture was highly educated. He was taught as a young man, a young enslaved man, a child really, how to read. But let's go to that next slide. We can see the roots still on that next one. But Hispaniola, which we know is Haiti and the Dominican Republic. Oh, I've got to turn this other meeting off if I could. Sorry about that. But if you guys can read that slide really quick, that'd be awesome. I gotta leave this thing. So
Hispaniola was discovered by Spain in 1492 Saint-Domingue, Haiti, under French rule, colonization until 1804. Sugarcane was the chief export. This produce is farmed by machine now, but in 1700 and 1800, the work was done by enslaved people whose crop was stolen from them. Residents were taxed without benefits enjoyed by French citizens.
thanks, Sierra. Next slide, please. We're not going to read all this, but I talked a lot about the division. I talked a lot about the different nationalities that came together to fight back against France. And here is where I shared a little bit more about that. Let's go to the next slide, but you see the T, that's the truth. You know, that's the cross. That here we've got the truth about this whole situation. Those colonizers that stole, I'm here at the Eiffel Tower now, they took from Haiti again by charging Haiti a ransom. They threatened the people of Haiti, France did, and took so much money from these poor people and built these towers, these buildings. That the Eiffel Tower has been painted. I put this down here. The Eiffel Tower has been painted with 60 tons of paint every, I think, 7 years or something like that. 7 years, because it's a huge tower, but that takes a lot of money. And when I think about Wilmington, where I'm from, I think about the DuPonts, and I think about the fact that they came from France, and I think about the fact that they came at the same time as Saint-Domingue, or at the same time as Haiti becoming Haiti. And with that, I think I've used my 5 minutes, but next slide, please. Where am I on time?
We'll give you 60 seconds, right?
60 seconds. Well, you see the Haitian flag there, and here I go again with these gloves, these Haitian gloves. If you order them from the website, they're $25.99. And the next slide, you can see Fight Hate with gloves. I have every single different kind of glove that you could ever want. And the last slide, what are you guys laughing about? We got to make money. I do this program, Fight Hate with Gloves, and my truck right now, the transmission needs to be replaced so that I can do this program. On the 22nd, we have an event coming up, and I don't have my truck. And if you guys bought gloves, you really could help us to carry out this mission in providing conflict resolution, training, mental resolve. I do art as well. Fine Black Art's another website, and it's another practice, and it's something that I need to utilize more. We need to do more art. I don't do it enough. And I'm thankful for you guys allowing me to present. And God bless you all. And if you guys have any questions, now's the time, I think, or is the time going to be later?
Thanks, Steve. We'll get one more presentation and then we'll have a discussion. So thanks so much. I think we have some time for any questions or reflections folks want to raise for Dee or Mads or Reverend Neil, stuff that they shared that you want to lift up.